Let's go to the first topic. Pretty. Does the average man have options when it comes to the dating market? Okay. Does the average man has options when it comes to the dating market?
Yeah. I think the average man who has not bought into red pill rhetoric does have options when it comes to the dating market. If he understands society, he understands that women are equals. Yeah, he can definitely find somebody if he leans into having a personality and not being an absolute bore and an exhaustion. Yes, he has options. However, if that man has leaned into red pill rhetoric, he is readily making his desires unattainable for him. And what I mean by that is, if you think about it, if you are saying that the majority of women are masculine, right? And then you're saying that you want feminine submissive, that's now a commodity, which means you need to pay top dollar for that. The average man doesn't have the money to pay for this thing that he has now made a commodity. So if he wants to lean into that kind of rhetoric, it is readily going to push him out of even being eligible to compete in the market. So no, he will not have any options.
Anyone wants to rebuttal this? If he doesn't,
isn't this just a false dichotomy? Didn't you just create a false dichotomy? You just like made up whatever you think red pill rhetoric is, and then said if you believe that, then X bad thing will happen. Like, why don't, when we were talking about options, let's just start with good options. The average guy, what would be a woman who you think would be a good option for the average guy? What would that look like?
You're asking me?
I'm asking you. Yeah.
Me?
I know you're asking me. I don't need you to repeat yourself.
But I just did. So
You
can
don't
you answer
need
the fucking question,
You don't
please?
need to, and I will not.
No, I didn't think so. You're just going to open your eyes real wide, just not answer the fucking question?
You are. We're already starting off.
I don't know what the think you are. Answer the fucking question, lady.
I'm not going to answer anything from you.
Answer the fucking question.
That's what's
answer
not
the fucking question.
That is what's not about to happen.
Okay, well then. Then shut the fuck up.
One second, pretty. I will ask the question. Okay, is me?
I'm good.
No.
Yeah, she's good. Let her shut up. She just
Andrew. 1 second. Is me asking the question.
I'm not dealing with male man yelling at me. That's what's not going to happen.
So this is what I'm going to say, pretty. It's me. I'm talking to you. Ignore the Grinch in the room, okay? Like what will be like if you're looking at what the man can get, like what will be like a decent woman? Like what would she do for the man? How does she look? Like what would be a decent woman?
A woman in his proximity who's interested in him and he's interested in her.
That doesn't answer the question. What is it? What is a
good
I
wasn't
woman?
Meaning to answer your question.
So you're just not going to participate at all because you're upsetty spaghetti? You're just upsetty spaghetti? Are you just going to be upsetty spaghetti for the rest of the night?
I did not answer your question.
And 1 second, please. Hey, 1 second. If we're going to blow up the panel,
spaghetti.
If we're going to blow up the panel on the first second of the show, there's no need for us to be told. What would be the qualities of said woman, pretty? Like let's do this, right?
My gender just disappoints me every time. It's like you guys make me more sexist every day. Why are you here? Answer the question.
The sun is disappointing you too.
Like I don't understand. You brought up the topic.
Yeah, it's a disappointment.
Answer
for
the
you.
question.
Yeah, the sun is disappointing you as well.
Hey, public.
Just that red rouge on your cheek, sweetheart. That's pretty disappointing too.
Hey, public. Since you are public, since you are very close, like what would you define as a decent man for a woman? Can you help us with that?
Yeah, a decent man for a woman.
Yes.
I mean, I think the qualities that people want in each other are similar for the most part. You know, honest, intentional, consistent, have integrity, present. Typical, you know what I mean? Like, you know what it is. Same thing you want for a friend, same thing you want for a partner. It's the same thing.
What about like not fat? Can that be the bare minimum?
You don't want a fat man, then yeah, you can choose not a fat man. But
I meant for the women. You know, we'll go fatter if they're funny or rich or something. You don't think men want fat women?
Let me
Yeah, I think a lot of men like fat women.
Let me unlock this real quick. Angry man, can you
Fatty
define
lives
what?
matter.
Most men are fat.
Yeah, but we're
Like,
not
what
talking
are you
about.
talking
We're not
about?
talking
Most
about
men are
men
fat.
right now. We're
In
talking
this
about
country,
women.
I don't know about in the
And
world.
Can they
I
have
know
any
in the West,
standards?
I know a
Can they
lot
have
of people
any
like to talk
standards?
about the
Nothing?
West. In these countries where they make bread readily available every fucking where you go, yeah, most men are fat. So who are they to judge?
You mean
and
like
say
the
that
Roman
they want
Legion,
women?
who basically operated on bread? They were a bunch of fatties, weren't they?
Who?
The Roman Legion.
Who gives a fuck about Rome?
Well, I don't know. Just like the epitome of good men's health. They made statues. They all looked like they were in shape, right? I mean, they were all operating on bread. That was their daily
Just
stipend.
because you want to fuck a Roman don't mean shit to me. I don't
Well,
give a fuck
it's
about
not
a Roman
saying
man.
anything to contend with
You-
anything.
you
Just
obsessed
because you
with
want to
Roman
fuck a Roman don't mean shit to me. Answer
You like
the
Roman men,
question, you
Andrew.
fuck. Answer the
Why don't
question.
you look like a Roman man since you like Roman men so much? You a fat fuck. You got a big ass belly.
You got a
You
gap
shaped
in
like
your
a fucking
teeth that's
snowman.
this fucking wide.
You shaped
The
like a
gap in
fucking
your teeth is
snowman
as
with a beard.
wide as the
This
gaps in
motherfucker
our
got
IQ.
82% of his face covered up. And
The
talking
gap
shit
in your
about
teeth is as wide as the
Shut
gaps in
your
our
weird
IQ,
ass
sir.
up. Shut your weird ass up. You ain't that.
So-
You ain't. I ain't.
So
I ain't
now
got
that
I ain't you.
Yo, chill out. Let's have one mic, please.
Dear
Let's-
This motherfucker
Lord.
got on a hat and a beard.
make my job
Talking about- hold
easier.
on. You
I
wanna
don't
talk about-
understand why
wanna
you
talk
guys
about
can't
fat
respond to
fuck?
arguments.
No, don't please again. We're gonna fighting on the first minute. I'll leave it alone and we'll fight for the whole show.
I thought we wasn't muting. It's a mutiny or
I
not?
didn't
Can
I didn't
respond?
mute, I didn't know I
You
didn't mute
didn't mute. It is a
nobody. When you
button.
click
Okay.
when you
Press
I
it.
wanna-
it's the
I wanna
button.
say
One
something.
second. 1 second. It's the button. When you click on the video, everybody gets muted. I don't mute nobody. I want the conversation to be had. Angry man, please. Can you define what a decent woman is, like the bare minimum of what a decent woman is, so we can continue the conversation, please? That'll be great.
Bare minimum would be attractive, loyal, submissive, the ability to raise children, the ability to cook and clean. That's bare minimum.
Pretty and public. Do you think the like this woman is widely available, or you think this is a woman that very few men get?
I think that's widely available. That's bare minimum. That's
What
being
about you?
able to
I
literally
disagree.
support yourself, cook, clean, take care of yourself, brush your teeth.
I
Like some people on
disagree.
this panel don't do. Like, I mean, it's literally like it's bare minimum.
I
Yeah.
disagree. That's
men out
not
here not even
widely.
wiping their ass. Hold on, brother. Men out here not wiping their assholes.
That's
They
not
talking about
widely
you can't-
available.
You can't find a woman that cook and clean. You can't find a man that wipe his asshole. You can't find
That's
men
not-
that scrub the bottom of their feet and wash the
How
bottom
do
of their
you know
legs.
that men don't?
Yeah,
I-
but
can't
the
find a woman
difference
that
the
cooks
difference
and
is
cleans. Who taught you how to cook and clean? You see what I'm saying? Like, you see how y'all just don't be the shit.
How
y'all
do
be
you know?
saying
How do you know that men don't have? How do you know that men
Daddy
don't
didn't
have?
teach you how to
No,
cook and
let me
clean.
ask you something. How do you know that men don't have clean assholes? Are you spreading their
Because
cheeks and
because
verify
men-
them, all of
because
them,
I'll
one
tell
at a
you why.
time?
I'll tell you why. Multiple reasons why.
Yes.
Kevin Samuels, one of y'all leaders, one of your thought leaders, that's worm food, got on the internet for like a year before he turned into the Kevin Samuels that we all know and hated, and some of y'all love. He got on the internet for a year and taught men that they need to start washing their ass, wiping their ass, wearing cologne, making their bed. He literally got online and was like, men, y'all don't got y'all shit together. Y'all dirty, y'all bums, y'all don't clean underneath your fingernails. That's what he did. That's number one. That's one example. So ask, well, you can't ask him.
Okay, but him
another
saying
example
that
is,
him saying that doesn't prove that men aren't doing that.
why would he make a whole channel dedicated to telling men to wipe their ass?
Because his
That don't
entire
make no
brand,
sense, brother.
because his entire brand was about male image at first. It was
So
about
if somebody makes a channel and the channel says black people are really stupid, then we should just assume that that's true because the guy made a channel about it. Should we just assume that?
Oh no.
Like, you see how stupid your logic is, dude?
That's
Makes no
not-
sense.
That's as dumb as that black hat you got. on.
so public defender. Let me ask
On
you
a
a question.
fucking black
Why
hat.
is it?
That
Why
don't
is
say
it?
Just
nothing on
appeal to some guy who had a channel.
You look
Okay,
like a fucking-
okay, bro. As
you
long as
look
we
like
can
a fucking-
people who had a channel once,
just
it's all
a
good.
black hat. You ain't even got on American
Public-
flag or
public
nothing. No, just a
defender.
black hat.
Why do I need to have an American flag on
Not
my
just
hat?
a black hat. Like, Who are you hiding from?
Not stylish enough for you? Do I need the new Nikes to be stylish enough for you, sir? Like, what do I need to do?
Yeah, you should. Get you some
Okay, you tell me. Should I wear what? FUBUs? I don't know. What the fuck am I supposed to wear that will impress you?
Let's get Angry Man real quick, and I know, Andrew, you're trying to make a point.
It's a good point.
Trying to make a point. He's trying to raise haters.
Not one set. Yeah, it's race. You're race baiting, Andrew, and I'll don't do that.
It's not even race baiting. It's just pointing out.
It's a multiple.
Let me respond here for 1 second. Let me just respond so that you guys can understand the position. I'm using the extreme portion of the logic so that you'll understand how silly the position is. That this guy thinks men don't clean their ass because guy on internet who had channel who said they don't. I can make the same argument for anything on planet Earth, including saying black people are dumb because guy made channel that said that. Do you see how dumb that is? It's just dumb.
Let me ask a question, please. Let me ask a question, public. 1 second. Let me ask a question.
No, you can't. You're not letting me respond to this, man.
Hey, public. 1 second. I got you. Okay, I pass you the microphone. I just want to ask a question. Andrew, you're totally right. If you were on a Viking channel, would you be talking about FUBU, or are you going out of your way to do like some black type of like statement so everybody understands? Like, do that?
Yeah, I'm using the extreme point of the logic to demonstrate the point.
Yes. So when was the last
time accept the other direction?
I accept it. I already accepted. My question is, when was the last time you used the FUBU argument? Like, when was the last time you said FUBU? Actually.
Yeah, I would tailor the argument and the rhetoric towards the person that I'm talking to who's making the insults my way.
I don't even fucking wear FUBU.
Thank you very much.
When it came out, and it's still sorry. But I want to real quick.
I didn't even know it was a real thing. Somebody had to tell me.
I want to
make a point.
Hold on. I want to say something real quick to what he said. This is what I'm saying. When you talk to people that don't understand logic and they just use the word, it's hilarious to me. The logic here wouldn't be that he had a channel where he just said stuff. The logic would be the amount of men that gravitated towards his message, which would prove that there was a bunch of men out here with unclean asses. Andrew.
I see. So to respond to this argument,
Andrew, be quiet. Listen, logical man.
Okay, but when are you going to stop talking so I can address the point?
It's the same thing. If I were to say, let me use another part of your stupid ass fucking logic.
I can't wait.
So let's use your racist white channel like that. You would probably like run. Like it would be like a channel with a dude that
let him finish, bro.
Like black people are stupid, right?
I'll be waiting the rest of my life.
The logic would be
let him finish, please. Let him finish, please.
That were on that channel and they were watching it. I could logically assume that a bunch of white people are fucking racist. That would be the logic, right?
So let me get this right. Yeah, let me respond now.
And then there was a page.
Okay, am I allowed to respond?
Members, millions of people that subscribed to the page that were white and were racist, and they liked the racist white.
We're being discriminated against.
I don't know if he's ever going to let me respond here.
And you guys let him finish, please.
Men have a hard time washing their hands.
Can you guys let him finish, please, so y'all can respond, please? Because when you're talking,
how long does it take him to finish, bro?
He's going to land the plane, and then you guys got it. Stop behaving like kindergarten. Stop behaving like kindergartens, please. Stop behaving like kindergartens, please. If you don't have respect for us, just say it, please. Like if we went on your shows, we wouldn't be into.
I don't know. Usually, a moderator makes you make 1 point at a time. The other person responds to the point.
And you did you did 3 at the time. You
I did 1 point. 1
point, and use every example. So he has right to actually give 1 point to every example.
Point. Can I respond to it now?
Let him finish, please.
Okay, he's just going to say the same thing, but go ahead.
I'm done. No, I'm done. I wasn't going to say the same thing.
Okay, so yeah, this is super easy. So no, the logical entailment that you have is incorrect. If it was the case, indeed, that you said, oh, Kevin Samuels says men don't wash their asses and millions of men subscribe to it, therefore true, then that would mean if you had a challenge that black people are stupid, million men subscribe to it, ipso facto, that would also be true using your line of logic. By the way, I can demonstrate you don't know shit about logic. I'll do it really simple, and you'll never answer this question because you can't. If you know a single thing about logic, just tell me the 3 laws of logic. What are they?
You're muted.
What are the 3 laws of logic? What are they? What are the 3 laws? You're muted, bro. What are the 3 laws of logic? Answer the question, please.
Oh, you were really expecting me to answer your dumb?
Yeah, because you can't. You can't. You don't know anything about
There's
logic. Just sit
law-
there.
There's
Just
the
sit there.
law of identity. There's the law of non-contradict.
Wait, can you do the last one?
And then there's the law of excluded middle.
Oh my
Law of
God! Even Sarah
identity
can name them.
law of identity is like this thing is this. Law of non-contradiction is like that can absolute like an apple can't be an orange, right? And then you have the excluded middle, which means there is no gray area, and it either is or it isn't.
Yeah.
That's
close.
that's
A contradiction would be P and not P. What you referenced there was the law of identity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but we should ask our logician friend here. He's a genius. If anybody knew anything about logic, like the guy can't name the 3 laws of logic, they would know that.
Yeah, what is the use in naming the 3 laws of logic? Like for you, for an example, when you aren't logical,
because
like,
you're because you're creating.
You know the definition of a word. Or, hold on. Knowing the concept, right, of something and being able to exhibit it is more important than understanding or just being able to regurgitate a definition.
I actually agree.
So you just say, I know, but you don't follow that though, because you're not logical.
Okay, so let's
because what you just said didn't refute what I was saying.
Yeah, it did.
You just pivoted and you moved it to something else.
No, it's no. I was testing the consistency.
Hold on. I'll tell you again one more time.
Okay.
Slow it down for you.
I'll slow it down.
The logic is the point that I was making was that men don't wipe their asses. And he said, well, how do you know that? And I said, because there was a channel that was created where a man was teaching men that they need to wipe their ass.
Great.
That was not the sum total of his channel.
Let him finish. Let him finish. I want to hear the rest. I want to hear the rest. Hang on, we're almost done.
Logically, that would conclude that obviously a lot of men don't wipe their fucking asses. That's not logical.
No. They could also no. Let's walk through the logic so that you understand.
So disingenuous.
If I had a channel that said, "Oh, lots and lots of black people can't be dads," and lots of people subscribe to it, would that make it true? Would that literally make it true because lots and lots of people subscribe to it?
That's a different debate.
It's the same shit, bro.
Discussion.
It's the same exact logic entailment. Here, I'll explain how. Hang on, bro. Let me explain how. When you say X, right, you're talking about an X and an entailment of Y. So for you, X is man go to channel. If there's millions of subscribers, therefore X must be true. Men, therefore, must need to know how to wipe their asses, because otherwise, why would a guy be around to teach him how to? Got it. Makes total sense. But the same fucking thing would apply if you had a channel that said, I think black people dumb, right? And a bunch of people subscribe to it and said, oh, yeah, that's true. Then it must also be. It's the same fucking logic. It's an entailment of X. You don't know what you're talking about, bro. I don't know logic. I don't know logic.
The definition.
Hey, public, you are wrong. You are wrong because of public. You are wrong because of
I
these,
appreciate
right?
that.
No, but you are wrong because of these. Let me explain to you. All right. For example, first of all, Kevin Samuels is an image consultant. He has to talk about those shit. That's the first one. Like, this is literally his job to talk about hygiene, how men groom themselves, how men dress, and all that. And the second part, which is the most important, Shira 7 kept talking about woman hygiene too. Doesn't mean that women are dirty. Shira 7 is one of these women that everybody watches. And for you, I'm not ever going to say most women are dirty, because there was a woman on the internet tell women how many times they should change their tampon per week and how they should wear. Like, I wouldn't do that. So, like, the same way that doesn't prove that men are dirty, I don't think Shira 7 giving women out to actually take care of their hygiene, that doesn't make them dirty either. So what is your point exactly? Like, why are you saying that?
Because what you just said is made. I don't watch Share 7 that much. I don't know how much you do.
So why are you fighting me or information you don't have?
I've never heard her say that, so I can't repeat.
Because you literally said I don't watch it that much. Why are you fighting me or information that you don't have? Public, how are you starting your message saying public? How are you starting your message saying this? I don't follow her or don't watch her content like that, but I never saw her doing that. If I don't watch the Power Rangers, I don't know the color of them because I don't watch them. Why are you refuting that? Just accept it.
I didn't refute it. I literally just said I was about to say I can't argue against what she said in that instance because I never saw her say it. That's what I was saying.
Is the average man dirty?
Yes.
Is the average woman dirty?
No.
Have you ever walk in the end of a shift
but
smell a
by this logic, there are countless There are countless YouTube channels that say black women are the worst women on the planet. By your logic, public defender, that would mean black women are the worst women on the planet.
Exactly.
Again,
That's exactly right.
You and Andrew both are saying the same stupid thing. Again, my point would be if I were trying to prove that a bunch of black men or men believed that. Listen to what I'm saying. If I were trying to prove that there was a bunch of black men who believed what you just said to be true about black women, and you said, why do you think that? And I said, well, there's a bunch of channels on here that talk crazy about black women, which there are, and a bunch of black men subscribe to those channels. Therefore, I can conclude that that black men believe what's happening on these channels. Right?
Many black men, many people have come to
Let
this
me
conclusion
respond to him
because
real
of
quick.
those same
Let me
channels.
respond to him real
Yeah,
quick.
like they're
Let
literally,
me
the
get
men are literally being manipulated.
I
Like,
think-
one
I
second,
think-
friend.
I
One second.
think
Let
what-
me get the angry man on the call, please.
Let me respond. Let me respond to what he's saying real quick. So basically, what your line of logic is, what your line of logic is that if Kevin Samuels does a channel where he's telling men they need to wipe their ass because that men, the group he's targeting, subscribes, that means that they don't know how to wipe their ass. But like I said, by that same logic, the channels that talk about black women like that have black women that subscribe to those channels as well. So are you saying that the black women that subscribe to those channels believe themselves to be raggedy women?
yes, and that happens. It's not an absolute.
Yeah,
Can
bro,
I-
you're bugging
Logically, there's no absolution.
Bugging
There's
right
not
now.
like every black woman
Sarah.
doesn't
One
think
second.
the same. So obviously there are some self-hating black women, like there's some self-hating black men.
Bro, here's the thing.
What
If,
the fuck?
if a guy makes a channel about working on cars, just because he specifically talks about fixing the transmission that day doesn't mean that everybody that subscribed has a broken transmission. That what you're saying isn't logical, bro. It's not.
That wasn't logical. That's why y'all need to stop practicing analogies on these lives. Because what the fuck does that have to do with anything? That was dumb as fuck.
Because that's not what
That's
analogy is
not
for.
the same thing. That is not a one-to-one.
It's absolutely the same
It's
thing.
not a one-to-one, bro.
I think
It's
I
not.
think what public offenders trying to say is that if there's a market out there for a particular talking piece, then people tend to flock to it. It's not that he's not saying. I don't think it's agreeable to say that men don't know how to wipe their asses.
But
I
does
can't
it
believe
prove
we're
the talking
having.
piece?
I don't think it proves it. What I'm saying is, if there's a market out there for that, that's where they flock. It doesn't mean that it means men don't know how to wipe their asses. And why are we still talking about this?
I don't know, because
Well, I can tell you why. It's
Wait. The whole reason we're talking about this. The whole
my
reason
whole
we're
point
talking
in
about
this was
this.
they
Wait,
asked
hold-
me to prove it, and I just gave them an
Hold on for a
example.
second.
How the fuck
Hold
do
on
you
for a second.
prove that men don't wipe their ass though? That's
Bro,
what I'm
hold
saying.
on for a
It's stupid
second.
to begin
Look.
with. Like,
then
Look,
why
here's the
why would you
thing.
make the
Here's what
statement then?
happened. Wait, this is what happened. What happened was Fatty asked me a question about the bare minimum for a good woman. The moment I said cooking and cleaning, you got triggered, public defender. That's why you had to talk about black men not being able to wipe their men in general not being able to wipe their ass, because you got offended by the freaking point of them needing to cook and clean. Because what I was gonna say after that, before you interrupted me, was no, there isn't a lot of women out here nowadays that cook and clean or want to cook and clean.
So the whole reason why black has entered the conversation is because there's a racist on the panel.
Who?
He did not bring up black. Public did not bring up black. Black was brought up by Andrew.
So
right? The word black was not brought up.
would that prove that I was racist?
It stated that men. But you're going to skirt over that part and bring up an example about black women in a conversation that is not about.
Well, I didn't bring up black women.
I'm not talking to you, dude. I've already said I'm not talking to you. I'm speaking to Angry Man.
Oh.
So anyways, that is the
You're just
whole
referencing
reason
me.
why that has entered the conversation. So don't tell him that's not what he said.
I would disagree. The reason black came up in the conversation is because he brought up Kevin Samuels. A large portion of his demographic is black men. That's another reason it was brought up. You brought up Kevin Samuels.
No. You see, it was only brought up because Andrew's an evil racist because he said the word black.
No, I disagree with Pretty a little bit. I think that Angry Man brought up black women because he hates black women.
He did bring up black women.
I brought up
Andrew
black
brought up
women.
black women.
Y'all can't wait to talk
Andrew
bad about
brought
No,
up
bring up black women.
before
I
Angry Man even
brought up
spoke.
black women. Bro, check this out. I brought up black women as an example, okay? Mark Lamont Hill already got that job, bro. Fall back.
Got what job?
The job
think-
you're trying to do right now.
Name
I
it.
think the racism commentary is particularly directed from Pretty to Andrew because he utilized the argument back to public offender, I believe it was, regarding, you know, if there was a channel that all black people are stupid, then XYZ, right? And he wasn't saying that from the beatings of his heart. He was saying that as a logical example in an argument to kick back as something that's, you know, very far and extreme.
I can't be racist. I have a black ex-wife.
Hold on real quick. And if we're gonna make hold on.
To use a black example.
Hold on. I haven't spoke yet. And
Go
if we're gonna
ahead,
go to
Ali.
that extreme, then you should have addressed public offender for being a sexist, for saying that men don't wipe their ass. Pretty intellectual. If we're going to be consistent, if we're going to talk about racist, if we're going to talk about sexist, if we're going to talk about homophobes, if we're going to have a show,
we know you want to defend the white
Pretty,
man.
I'm not going to.
But Ali,
And
you can't be
let
sexist
me
towards
know you
men.
right. Let me finish.
That's
if
impossible.
If he can say that men don't wipe their ass, which he can't even substantiate that, then that's being sexist. And say if we said about women, we're being misogynistic. If we say something about what women don't do, so if he's saying something about men, then you have to acknowledge the fact. If you're going to acknowledge someone's being racist, then we have to acknowledge somebody's being a sexist.
I said black was brought into the conversation because we have a racist on
no,
the
we're
panel.
making it. We have no. Hold on. Everybody on this panel. Hold on, real quick.
Who's the racist?
Everybody, before we go.
Am I the racist, Pretty?
Hold on, real quick.
Is it me? Were talking about me?
Andrew, please hold on, please. We let the show go on as long as possible in this state, right? Let's get back on the topic. Let's not make it racist. Let's not make it sexist. Let's not make it misogynist, all these things. Let's have a discussion. If you agree and disagree, let's stand it on that. Like prove your arguments and let's stay there.
And I want to actually redirect the conversation. Lady Chen, is the average man dirty? Does the average man knows how to take care of his hygiene? And after that, we go to the woman. Go ahead, Lady Chen. What do you think?
I would assume so.
You would assume that the average man is doesn't know how to take care of his hygiene.
No, I would assume that he's clean. So, yeah.
What about the average woman? Do you agree? Like with angry men,
what regards in clean? Like being just grooming?
No, they know how to take care of their hygiene because there was public offender statement saying that they don't even know how to wipe their ass. Do you think
most men don't wipe their ass, Lady Chan? Have you dealt with men and while you were dealing with them, they had doo-doo in their drawers? Like, damn, you don't wipe your ass. Have you come across that majority of men you dealt with? No. And when you went to go wash their clothes, did you see skid marks on their dirty drawers and doo-doo marks and go, damn, black men don't wipe their ass? Did that happen? And Sarah, the man you dealt with, we like, damn, them some shit in them drawers. Like, did you come across that?
No shit in the jaws.
Let's have a genuine
no
conversation.
Shit in the jaws.
Come on, public. We've been spending. It's almost 30 minutes talking about doo-doo and drawers, man.
I told you because I brought up women cooking and cleaning, and he lost his shit. That's where it came from.
And do you guys, and especially I want to ask Pretty, do you really think that most women are what Angry Man described? Like know how to cook, know how to clean, are loyal. Like you believe that most women
I
are
don't know
that?
if he said loyal. I think he said cooking and cleaning. So
I did say loyal. I said loyal.
He actually did more. And this is my point, right?
All right. Okay. Let me answer your question.
Go ahead.
How you gonna have a point before I answer? Anyway, yes, I do believe the majority of women know how to cook. They know how to clean. They do know how to take care of themselves because the majority of women do not get, or the average age women get married is 28, and most people leave their homes when they become an adult. So that means that was a full decade of living by yourself and needing to be in the world where you need to cook and you need to clean your house. So I do believe the majority of women know how to clean their house. In addition, because women have been conditioned to desire men, their company as a whole, to be male-centered as a social construct, yeah, a lot of women are loyal to those men, even when the men don't deserve it. So yes, I do believe that is the majority of women.
Loads of women don't know how to. This era of women, they can't cook. Listen, do you know how many men? Yeah, right. That I hear that telling me, "Oh, girls can't cook, women can't cook, they can't. Let's stop. That's the previous era that could cook. That was down for cooking and cleaning. This era, no.
Do you
Sorry.
think can't and won't are the same, lady?
Lady Shan?
Lady Shan, do you
Yeah.
believe can't and won't are the same?
The entire name, like pretty intellectual, you know, Lady Shan. Go ahead, repeat that. Pretty intellectual.
Thank you. Do you believe can't and won't are the same?
No, clearly they're not. They're two different words.
Right. So won't cook for a man. So won't cook for a man.
Like I was
Because
saying,
men have reported back that they don't cook
And
for
your
them
microphone gets drowned out when.
versus
And one second, please. Your microphone. Chan, your microphone gets drawn
Let me
out when
finish
she's.
my point.
Your microphone gets drawn out when she's talking. Let her. Chan, let her ask the question. No, it's not about turning up. He gets drawn out. Let her finish the question, then you got it.
Yeah, we need
Go
to
ahead,
get
Pretty.
some
Make your
lavender
statement.
candles going. It's bedtime. Anyway,
Go ahead.
so do you believe that the majority of not do you believe, because a woman decides that she does not have to cook for a man, she does not have to perform for a man when she's dating those men, it does not mean the woman does not have the ability to do so. More women are saying, I do not wish to perform for men. It doesn't mean she does not know how to. So Angry Man's question was, do they know how? Not will they do it for you? It's do they know how to cook and clean? In which I said majority do. Yes, it does not mean the majority is going to do it for you.
and my answer still stays. The majority of them don't know how to cook and don't know. Them don't.
Yeah, I agree with Lady Shan. Like, if you look at the culture, a lot of women, modern women, they view that as demeaning. They view having to cook and clean and do all of the things that their mothers or their grandmothers did as demeaning. Some even consider it slavery. So there are women that will say, I won't, but really they can't because they don't know how. They can't boil water.
This might be, I might be setting myself up, but do you guys think that the average modern man knows how to build a house with his bare hands?
No, but he knows how to cook.
But cooking is a woman's job according to the patriarchy, correct?
No, cooking.
So we're doing gender roles because
no,
gender roles.
No,
right?
Oh my God. No,
if we're doing gender roles, I just want to go gender role for gender role.
The best. If woman, can you let me answer the question? If woman job according to the patriarchy was cooking, most of Michelin chefs wouldn't be men. Like on the top 30 Michelin, the best cooks in the planet are men. So we one second. So 1 second, please. 1 second. So we transition.
You said you're gonna be the moderator. You ain't moderating that much.
Can I run my own show? Like, why you guys acting up? No. Every time that y'all came here, y'all play y'all position. All of a sudden, y'all came crazy. Why? Today. Can we have a conversation? Can we have a conversation, public offender?
Can we?
Okay. So what I'm saying is that most roles are democratized now. Like men know how to cook and clean, women go to work. Like the functions of both of genders actually meshed up. Like y'all keep saying that women now work more and do those things and do this and do that. The same way women now know how to make money, have credit cards, houses, and all that. Men started to do things that were traditionally feminine.
But Fatty, it's a false equivalency. He's comparing building a house to cooking a pan
to survival skills.
It's ridiculous.
How many hours does it take you to build a house, Angry Man?
It's not a gender public. That's not a gender role. No, building a house, public offender. We're not gonna public. There's twice you about to do this. First, we was wiping ass.
Can't have a conversation.
No, hold on, brother. No, brother. Hold on.
Jesus Christ.
Public. Let's have a genuine conversation.
You want me here or not?
No. First, we were wiping ass. A man building a house is not a gender role. Come on.
Let me ask the question, Ali. You're not even letting the question get asked.
We already
go ahead. What is the question?
Ask the question. You don't even know what's about to happen. Let me ask the question. So the question again: how many hours? If you I'm just guesstimate. You ain't got to be right or wrong. I'm not trying to lock you in or nothing. I'm being real. How many hours do you think it takes to build a 2,000 square foot, a 1,500 square foot house?
Up to code? Up to code or not up to code?
I don't. Either one. whatever one you want to do.
No, I mean not up to code. It would probably only take a few days if you had all the materials. If it was
Okay,
up
let's
to
go up
code,
to code then, because we want you to be
yeah.
able
Well,
to.
I mean, if it was up to code and I had to do it by hand, let's say
no. I'm sorry, Andrew.
So
I wanna
public
be-
defender.
again, you have all the tools and everything modern. You have all of that, right? But you have to build it yourself, right?
Mhm.
I'm asking you.
For
how
me, it would
long
probably
does
take me, if it was all up to code, it would probably take me somewhere 6 to 8 weeks, I would guess. If
Okay,
it was
cool. Let's
2,000
say-
square feet, it
let's
was
go
all up
low
to
end.
code. And I
Let's
had
go low
all
end.
the materials and all the tools and all the crew.
Yeah, 5. So 5. That's 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, roughly, right? So you're talking about 40 hours times 6, correct?
Mhm. Yeah,
Okay,
and I'm
cool.
not a builder, but I think
If
they
you're
can
getting
do
ready to
that 6 to 8
compare
weeks.
this,
Yeah.
if
That's
you're
what I mean. I'm
getting
not
ready to
trying to-
compare this to how often
I'm
a
not
woman
trying
has
to
to
trap
cook, which is every
anybody.
day.
No, I
just
understand. I understand the question.
Just asking a
I'm
real
happy to
question.
answer it. Yeah, probably 6 to 8 weeks for me to do it.
Okay, so we talking what? 240 hours, it's right? Does that sound right?
Something like that, sure.
Okay, cool. So we're talking about 240 hours to build a home. Okay, how many hours do you think a person spends? I don't know, in a lifetime cooking.
I knew this is where he was going with it.
Is it over 240 hours or is it less than 240? If you had to guess,
Probably the
Just
You
same
mean,
say
amount.
you mean
Probably
based
less
on the
time-
averages of person?
Probably less time than it takes for the man to
Well,
work.
hang on. I'm sorry. Do men only build one house?
No, listen,
I
listen
don't
to what I'm
get-
saying. Yes,
All right.
you only built the one house you live in because most people build a house and they live in it. They don't build.
Most people
5
don't
houses,
build a house and
build
then live
a
in it.
house
No, that's
and then
incorrect.
live in the house.
No, most
That's
people
what
don't build a
do.
house and then live in it. That's incorrect.
No,
In
hold on.
2025,
Hold
but
on,
in 2025.
No, hold on. We're not about to hold on.
They built a house and they lived
hold
in it.
on. This is a bad argument again. If you live with
It's a
yourself,
bad
you don't have to
argument
cook.
because it
Let me
blows up y'all dumbass
Let me
point.
finish. No, it's
No, it
you know
doesn't.
what? No, can I finish, y'all, please? It's a disingenuous argument because when a woman wants a man to cook, she'll say everybody should learn how to cook. But once she has to cook for a man, she's a slave or a maid. If she's single, she's cooking for herself. She's just being an adult. So it's nothing wrong with adding an extra plate and making seeing as barbaric if I'm asking a woman to cook in a house, especially if I'm providing. You keep making these disingenuous arguments that are not relevant to the conversation, nor is it you're equating cooking to building a house, but that's not a gender role. So if a woman cooking is too difficult to be with a man, why is it okay to cook for herself or cook for her children? It's only when she has to cook for a man where it becomes problematic and public offender, you start fighting over it. If she can cook for herself as an adult and a single woman and she's strong and independent, it should be no problem to cook for a man that loves her and providing for her.
Yeah, I think I'm just talking about hours.
Can you address what I just? Can you address what I just?
I mean, hold on. I am.
Public.
I'm going to address what you're saying.
It's
You
fine. It's
literally
fine.
won't
I'll
let me
let you
talk.
do it. It's fine.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. So again, the point isn't can a woman just add on another plate, because to do that, it takes more labor. Whether you acknowledge that or not, it's hilarious. To cook more food takes more time.
No, it
takes more
doesn't.
prep time.
No,
it
it
literally
doesn't.
does. If you
No,
got,
it doesn't.
if you only got to cut a half an onion and you got to
It
cut a
does
whole
not.
onion,
Hey,
it takes
hey,
double
watch
the
this.
amount of
Hey,
time.
hold on. Hey,
Public
man.
offender. Can I
Hold
ask
on.
a question,
It does
Fatty?
not.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Y'all don't like to hear.
Do you
y'all don't like to
find
hear-
it to be kind of like a tit for tat in terms of a relationship and gender roles? Like it's always going to be tit for tat. You do this, I do that, and it has to equalize precisely on the point. Is that your belief?
No. I'm saying I don't believe in gender roles. I'm using the gender role argument and the modern woman argument because remember, we got here because the whole thing was the women nowadays don't know how to cook. And I'm like, okay, cool. So if we're going by the gender roles that women should know how to cook and women should cook and clean for their man, then what do men do, modern men do today that traditional men used to do?
Yes.
And I just
Okay,
thought
but
of one.
public
and I said,
defender.
What do you
Public
mean?
defender.
What do you mean? Men used to build houses? Hang on. Let me respond. Hang on. I haven't said a word. Let me respond to this. So the absurdity of your argument is like, if you're talking about traditional gender roles, yeah, that's great. You're right on the house building thing. Men used to build a lot of houses, and guess what? They still build all the houses. That's why if you look at the construction industry, it's 99%, 98% men. But when you're talking about cooking, right, the reason, and by the way, it wasn't mostly women who did cooking, it was just mostly women who stayed at home who did cooking. That's why it's considered a traditional family role. It's part of the whole child rearing aspect. That's the whole point of it.
The way that you're just making stuff up is hilarious.
Which thing do you think I'm making up?
Women do and still to this day in a relationship, even in 2025, all the modern shit y'all talking about, women still do cook more than men.
Do you know why
Women
that is,
still
though?
do more labor in
Yeah,
the
boy.
home than men.
No,
I know
wait.
why, Andrew. I
Why?
know why.
Why?
Second, because
Why?
most of the time in a relationship, the woman works outside the home less than the man.
Oh,
So
I got it. So she has additional duties. Oh, gee, I'm so fucking confused. I didn't know that.
Hold on, brother. I'm not, because I'm not a liar, so I'll tell the truth. Secondly, your whole premise around why men build homes is stupid, because the reason why women aren't in construction at a higher rate, I won't say at the same rate as men, but at a higher rate, is because men lock them out. That's like saying,
when did they lock them out?
They have no
Hang on. Let me engage. Let me engage with the argument. Hang on, before you guys all cut in, let me just have a quick back and forth with them on it, please.
Ridiculous. So again, that saying that women aren't in construction and trying to use that for an argument like, well, men still build their homes. Yeah, because it's still ran by men, because the patriarchy says that women, you can't have certain jobs. Even if
and what restrictions are put on women right now from going and building houses?
Listen, you cut me off too early. Again, I'll repeat it. Even if on paper it says that women can work there, that doesn't stop something called implicit bias. Like racism, for an example, still exists. It doesn't have to exist on paper. It still exists in society. White people have an implicit bias against black people or against Latino people, whatever.
Why do you think that there would be a bias from people who are running construction crews about hiring women to do construction, do you think?
Because they're misogynistic.
Oh, not because women are much weaker and can't do the job as well?
No, that's not, because actually
it's not.
There was a study done that said that when when a construction site is full of men, the likelihood of injury is exceedingly high.
What does that have to do with doing construction?
Stop. When a construction site has both men and women
building,
the construction site, the rate of injuries goes down. They're more productive when both men and women are together.
Are the women building with them in this study? Are the women? Hang on, I just want some clarification. Are the women building with the men in this scenario?
They work on the fucking site.
I see. So then, if that's the case, why wouldn't construction companies who don't want the liability of injury hire more women, since that would up their bottom line?
They're misogynistic.
Because they're misogyny. So misogyny is going to keep them from making money. Brilliant analysis. So I could have a construction company hire a ton of women at less of a cost than men, because why? Because they can't get a job anywhere else due to misogyny. I could cut their pay significantly, make a shitload of money, and I could keep down the accidents in the workplace. And I'm not doing it because I'm misogynistic. Brilliant analysis, sir.